All right, so Nintendo's got a new thing coming out. It's part of their new era, their new attitude. We are getting Ring Fit Adventure for the Switch. So, all right.
I got a reason to use it.
So, if anyone who thought that Nintendo wasn't going to do anything absolutely batshit crazy ever again like they did with Wii Fit, well, they are. They're doing a new workout game for the Switch. This one is an RPG, and you use a resistance ring to control it. So
it looks like a hard plastic.
So it's a hard rubber ring.
Oh, it's just rubber
or plastic.
Maybe combination.
And it's used for squeezing and pulling. It's a resistance band, essentially.
Sure.
But in a ring form.
You place the Joy-Con in it. That's a cool thing.
Put the Joy-Con in there, which we'll talk more about later. And then there's a leg strap. So it basically uses this so it has a rough idea of where you are at all times. And the main game is an on-rails RPG. So you'll load up a level in the RPG, and it'll show you the view from behind your character. Walking or running in place will move your character forward on the rails in this level. And
because it senses your leg movement because of the strap on your leg.
Okay. You can take the ring and aim it on the screen. The ring has its own sensors in it as well. It's not just the Joy-Con. The Joy-Con. You can aim it around on screen, and when you squeeze it together, you'll let loose like a burst of air that will be used to uncover things like on the pathways and stuff like that. All of the enemies that you fight are going to be done through basic exercise motions. So it might ask you to do a squat, or it might ask you to do a yoga pose. And based on how accurately and how well and how fast you do it, that creates the damage. That's how you deal damage to the enemies. So there is a long video, about 7.5 minutes, that Nintendo put up after they teased it. They put up a full video on the 12th of September, and watching it actually gives you a good idea of what the game is, but it's also fairly terrifying. It's kind of a terrifying video.
Yeah, I mean, the people performing with the game look kind enough, but I mean, it's almost a meme at this point. The two actors, particularly the guy, but even the female, this looks like a promo from something like from Black Mirror. It looks like it's so made up to be an infomercial that it's like fake. It doesn't look like it's real. There's nothing natural about it at all.
Yeah, no, it's
over the top, and how like, guys, look, this is how you get fit with Ring Fit. And the guy in particular,
he's menacing.
His eyes look weird. He looks like, did you see that It's Always Sunny episode where Dennis thinks he's fat and he starves himself to lose weight, and he looks gaunt at the end?
Yeah.
And his eyes, that's how he looks. He looks like Dennis after he tried starving himself. He looks on something. I'm not trying to pass judgment. He looks like whoever directed this should have said, this looks off. There's something that feels wrong here. But they convey the information well. It's just is creepy.
There's a lot of evil energy in that video.
It's just creepy between the two of them.
But I mean, it runs through everything.
But it's a thorough video.
Yes, it is. I do think there would be a benefit, though, of maybe getting some real everyday average people up there.
Or even the people they use on like the YouTube, on the channel, Nintendo's channel. So okay, so you got the Ring-Con controller there, the leg strap. So the leg strap is important for the running part because you can run slower or faster depending on that. So this probably is way more accurate than the power pad was because of that. Because you can't shoot with your hands to run.
Sure.
But it's a really ingenious way of not having to walk on a pad or a balance board, and you still accomplish a lot of the same sort of stuff. And you can do the same exercises without the awkward board that they brought back for the Wii U, which I almost forgot about, that they had the same sort of balance board for that.
And then you slide one Joy-Con onto the ring, I believe partially for menu navigation, but the one thing that they show that's very cool is that's how you check your heart rate as you're playing.
Okay.
You put your thumb over the infrared sensor on the top, and it gives you your heart rate, so that's kind of neat.
So, the graphic style, it's cute and cartoony and simple. You can follow it. So some of the stuff, there's like almost like a rafting part where you put the ring over your head and you lean to go. When you attack the enemies, you can choose what type of attacks. You can do like an overhead press, you can do a squat, you can do a yoga pose. And I really love the fact that they give you the on-screen instructions for how to do the exercise.
Yes.
That's very good. Because then they build it into how effective your attacks are.
Correct.
That's really good because even if you're a beginner, you can still do it. And then as you get better with your poses, you can see the improvement. There's like a direct feedback with the game for how you're performing. That's something you don't think about, but when you're designing a game, especially like an RPG, that's the only way you think about exercising. Well, how can we build it up? Well, more effective attacks against enemies down the line, but you had to build up from that by doing the attacks/exercises earlier in the game. So it's actually a pretty smart way to incorporate that. From the service, no one ever thought, oh, we're going to have an RPG exercise game.
Yeah.
When they first announced, it's like, what the hell is this? And now we have an RPG exercise game that I guess in this, because I saw all the weird overreactions and people slagging the fucking cardboard Nintendo stuff last year. I haven't seen as much negative reaction to this than I thought I would. A lot of people are like, oh, this is a decent idea. I mean, how else are we going to do an exercise game?
Yeah, I was surprised to not see a ton of backlash either. Then again, I'm not out there looking for the backlash. I think this was weird enough that people looked at it and just went, huh, all right, okay. And
you can thigh press with the ring?
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably I have to look in the market to see if there's a ring out there like this. If not, Nintendo
has are. Those definitely exist.
Okay, yeah. So I didn't even know that. I know they had the medicine balls. They had the bands. I know that.
No, these definitely exist. Someone used
AbGuard.
Someone used a name for it that I didn't recognize. Pilates Ring. That's what it is.
Pilates Ring. What does a Pilates Ring cost here? An average Pilates Ring costs you about $20, $15, and they're shaped exactly the same.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. Let's talk about the ab defense. That's ingenious. It's so dumb, but while you're waiting, you're still exercising.
Yeah.
But you're working on just your abs. I don't know. I really am impressed by the thought that went into this. I really am. I really don't have anything negative to say about this. I'm not even being a fanboy. This is, to me, the best fitness Nintendo product out of the ones they've tried. It looks to be.
Yeah, I think it's the coolest looking one. I will probably get this. Anyone who does not want to can wait a year and a half and probably get the rings out of free bins at your Luna Video Games locations across the United States. Because I do have a feeling this will be purchased. I have a feeling this will do fine, and I have a feeling it will rot and lots of people will not use it. But
I don't know about that, Ian.
I think it's neat. I'd give it a shot.
I think the fact that they tied this to an RPG and how people are insane with RPGs, they will almost guarantee that at least people will play through this once. Well, and at least get into a little bit maybe a shape while they do it, while they go through the RPG.
I mean, it's more it's a more involved game than we've ever seen for something that's based on fitness.
Because the Wii Fit with the balance board, there was only so much you can do with a dumb balance board. They try to build in yoga poses with it, but you don't need a balance board to do yoga poses. It actually makes it more difficult using a balance board versus using the ground. So whenever I saw the Wii Fit, and everyone had a Wii Fit, 10 years ago. Everyone had one when they came out and went to a party and you played it. It seemed cool, but even when you were playing it, you're like, this is just a gimmick when you're doing this. This, to me, at least is built off of an existing exercise product. So there's effectiveness to it before you get it. I didn't know there was a Pilates ring. I'm ashamed of that, Ian.
Oh.
I should have the knowledge there. I haven't seen one at the gym. I never saw one using one before. So this is going to cost. What is this going to cost? Is it? We don't want to get
80.
We don't want to get the cost wrong. Because it means everything else we say is then false and we know what we're talking about. $79.99,
yes.
Which isn't horrible if the ring itself, something like that technology, will cost you at least. They're building in extra sensors, like $20 to $30 probably. So, probably I'd say a $60 sweet spot for me would be like, this will sell everything. $80, it'll still sell. I think they should have tried to keep the price a little lower. That's just me.
That's $20 for the ring and $60 for the game. I'll have to see how good the game actually is to know if it warrants that. But they did say, I can't find it on here. I think it was in one of the a different article I read.
Future games?
But the Christ, you threw me off. Supposedly, if you were to play this for an hour a day for about 4 months, you would still be finding stuff to do. So apparently it's supposed to be very long. Yes.
Nintendo is going to get everyone ripped playing an RPG. That's their goal. I just like the fact that Nintendo at least tries to focus at least on, holistic, health and not just playing games. At least a little bit. I'm not sure how effective it is. I'm not sure. The Power Pad was mostly a gimmick, and that probably didn't get many people into shape. But the Wii Fit might have. I don't know. Do you know anyone that used the Wii Fit a lot to try to get? No, you didn't. Okay.
No, everyone I know who had the Wii Fit ended up not using it very quickly.
Okay, well, this is interesting. But do we know about future games using this controller?
No, we don't, but I'm assuming that
Nintendo will maybe make ones to download.
Well, Nintendo's been good about, like, with the Labo stuff specifically, throwing out these weird little mini games
here and there
that you can just download and play. Okay. And I wouldn't be surprised if we saw something like that with this, where, I don't know, 1 month you wake up and, we added 2 new mini games to the, program as free DLC. Something like that.
High-tech resistance band. That's how it's being described. The Ring Fit. Like I said, I think it's great. Did we mention the Bodybuilding Dragon? Is who you have to go up against?
The main enemy is a Bodybuilding Dragon who they said was directly inspired by all the worst people at the gym.
This is fantastic. What a great idea from Nintendo. This is, you have to love Nintendo for doing dumb stuff like this and being goofy and just, but they embrace it. They're embracing how goofy this is. They're not trying to pretend it's like something it's not. It's not just, let's just do a bunch of mini games. Like the Wii Fit was just so clinical and non-fun to begin with. Yeah, they did, there was a couple surfing game or whatever.
Sure.
They did that. But this on its surface is such a goofy idea that it's like, it's an exercise RPG and there's a dragon that's an asshole at the gym. It's like, that's just a cute idea to me. So, okay, are you going to get this? And this is launching in October.
Yeah, no, I'll pick it up.
So this could be one of the things
right up my alley.
Buttresses the time between major launches, and this holiday season, this will sell. This will sell to the maybe to, I got, the hint.
I could see
Hey, Doris, I got you the Ring Fit Adventure. What are you trying to say? I'm fat. No. You like RPGs? That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
We can play it together.
Doris.
It's
a popular name among the youth.
1958, sure. Why not? Okay. You're fighting nefarious monsters. And you get money and experience along the way. There you go. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to all the Let's Plays and the Twitch streams with this. Oh, there's a picture. Did you actually see the picture of the dinosaur?
Where was the picture of the dinosaur?
There's a Verge article. He is ripped, and he is wearing a tank top onesie thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that.
He's wearing what Van Damme was wearing in Lionheart in the pool scene. Wow, that's a deep cut. Remember that?
Yes, I do.
That's what he's wearing there.
Lionheart's one of my favorites.
Lionheart's a good movie, I would argue.
It's a solid one.
Okay, moving on here.